Hello, beautiful people. How are you? Welcome back to our YouTube channel today. And today we will be diving into kind of a very deep topic. And this, I believe, is like the foundational for every woman's well being and success as well. As radical or as it may seem, or as revolutionary act as it may seem, we are going to be discussing today the beautiful act of choosing yourself. My name is Eya and this channel is EyTrudy, where we focus on adding fun to education. We help people to kind of simplify complex concepts around wellness, gratitude, money talks, and small talks as well. Now, what does it really mean to choose yourself? What does it really mean to choose yourself? What exactly does it mean to choose yourself? It's not about being selfish or isolating yourself, but it is about prioritizing your own mental health, your dreams, your growth, your aspirations, and your happiness, even when it feels like the world is pulling you into a million different directions. It is recognizing the fact that you're worth it. And you are not just recognizing that, you're also acting on it. It is like you're understanding that you also matter. Sometimes you might want to even ask, why do women find it difficult to choose themselves? Now, let's be honest. For us women, this can be incredibly challenging. And we often are conditioned from a very young age, okay, to be like caretakers, nurturers, people pleasers, and we are taught to put others' need before our own. And while compassion and empathy are wonderful qualities for any human to possess, but when this is taken to an extreme, then it can lead to burnouts. It can even lead to something like resentment and even a complete loss of self-worth. So think about it. Say, for example, the good girl syndrome, always wanting to be seen as agreeable, helpful, never causing any trouble for anyone, or even the societal expectation that is being placed on women, the pressure to be like the perfect daughter or daughter-in-law, or the perfect partner, or the perfect mom, or the perfect employee, all at once. And even, say, for example, the fear of disappointment as well. The fear that if you said no, you will let someone down, or maybe you will be seen as being difficult. Now, let's even look at women and their career and even their ambition. And I will try to paint like a real life scenario just now. Okay? How many of us have now had to put our career aspirations on the back burner for a partner's job, or to even handle like the majority of the household duties, and or even simply maybe we feel guilty about wanting more for ourselves? I'll give you an example. A lady maybe that got a promotion at her workplace that required that she will be putting in more hours, and it might even mean that she's going to be traveling as well. And when maybe she shared this with her partner, okay, her partner expresses concern about who will manage the kids' schedules, the GP appointments, and maybe like the school run, okay. And instead of maybe the lady just giving up and not just putting herself or choosing herself first, she had to kind of not automatically differing things. She chose herself. She had to kind of sit down with her partner and she clearly communicated her ambitions and work. And with that, they tried their best to find a solution around their childcare and household responsibilities, which then meant that it supports both of their goals. And she might even go as far as hiring some maybe part-time help to ease off the burden on her and her partner as well, if they are both having to work full-time. And what I'm trying to say is that she didn't just have to shrink her dreams, her career, her ambition, just because she had to give it up for others. Another area that women would normally shrink up would be like relationships and boundaries. Say, for example, relationships and boundary. This is like a huge one. How often do we stay in relationships, whether it is romantic, platonic, or even familiar relationships that drain us, disrespect us, or simply even don't serve our highest good? Or because we fear being alone, or we fear even hurting someone else's feeling. Or some would have the popular quote, I'm staying for my children. Okay? So, say for example, you had a friend whom for every time, or even a partner, for every time you had like an appointment or maybe outing, they would come late or even cancel the plan last minute. And they only seem to call you when they need your favor. Okay? And that also means that you keep accepting it, you keep feeling guilty if you kind of express annoyance. But what I can encourage you is that by choosing yourself, it means like you can set boundaries. You might just say something like, I really value our friendship. But when you consistently cancel last minute, it makes me feel a bit disrespected. And from now, if you are more than 15 minutes late without a test, I'll probably have to leave. And if you cancel repeatedly, I won't be able to make plans with you for a while. It's tough, but sometimes that's like self-preservation as well. And this applies to all types of relationship that you might experience and boundaries as well. And the other one I want to also talk about as well, which is very important as well, is about self-care and well-being. All right. This channel is really focused on wellness as well. So perhaps it is most crucial to say that self-care and well-being is very important. This isn't just about like having a bubble bath, going for spa section, though those are very great. It's about protecting your energy, your physical health, and your mental health. I mean, consider some women, like, for example, a young woman who is a mom of two young kids, maybe even toddlers, and she also have like a demanding job, okay? And she used to feel like immense guilt if she was maybe taking some time for herself. But at some point, maybe she realized that if she constantly gets exhausted and irritated, then she would not be giving the best of herself to the duties of even being a mom. So maybe she now maybe even decided to take some quiet time, maybe even if it's just for 30 minutes. She can even go to maybe a coffee shop, even if it was just for 30 minutes, or take some personal solo walk, even if it was just 30 minutes, or even go into a quiet room to just maybe read a book. And what this does is that taking times makes her a better mom, a better employee, a happier person. It's not being selfish. It's actually essential to take time off from your busy schedule to recuperate. You can even go for solo trips as well. So now, how do you start choosing yourself from today? So how do you start making this shift? I know it is a journey. It's never a destination. But you can start from being self-aware. Self-awareness, paying attention to where you are feeling very drained or even resentful. What situation constantly leaves you feeling less of yourself? You want to be aware of those. If you had something I would call triggers, you want to identify your triggers. Also identify your non-negotiables. What are the things that you absolutely need to thrive? Is it like a 30 minutes of quiet time daily, a creative outlet, regular exercise? The other thing would be to practice saying no. Start small. No, I can't take on that extra task right now. No, I won't be able to make it to that event. You don't always need an elaborate explanation to say no. Say no simply because it doesn't serve your purpose. And the other thing is to learn to communicate your needs. Talk to your partner politely and clearly, your family members and friends, about your needs, about your feelings. Often, sometimes people don't realize that they are overstepping until you tell them. Okay? And again, let the guilt go. This is perhaps the hardest part just now, but you are worthy of your own time, your energy, and your love. Prioritizing yourself doesn't make you a bad person. It makes you a whole person. And this is where the transformative power lies. When you consistently choose yourself, something truly remarkable starts to happen. You become more resilient. You have more energy to give to the things and the people you genuinely care about. Even the relationships you have in your life will become healthier because they are now built on respect and not obligation. And you then get a chance to even start aligning with your authentic self and live a life that truly feels good to you. I mean, it's like a ripple effect. When you fill your own cup, you have more to offer to the world from a place of abundance. Because hardly can you pour from an empty cup. So here is my challenge, my dear women. Today I challenge you to this. Where can you choose yourself, even in a small way, this week? What boundaries can you set? What need can you vocalize? What guilt can you release? Take your time to reflect on this and start choosing yourself as a matter of priority. So let me know in the comment section below. I did love to hear your stories and your tips for choosing yourself. If you found this video empowering, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe for more content like this and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out when next we post our next video. And remember, you are worthy of your own priority. Choose yourself, ladies. Always, always choose yourself. Thank you, my lovelies. Thank you.